Alright, so this is the second video. Hopefully you've copied down all the haberse recuerdos on the other side, and then you've been able to copy this out of page 150 in the textbook. Fuerte means strong, by the way. It's in there, it's just in the wrong column. I moved it over here because it was by itself. Alright, so let's talk about direct object pronouns. For those of you who have taken Spanish 2G, you are probably a little bit more familiar with this, but everybody did study it. So we've got me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, las. And then I've got direct object pronouns generally go before the main verb. If there's a no before the verb, the pronoun goes between no and the verb. If the verb is followed by an infinitive, that's an AR, ER, or IR ending, or if it's followed by a present progressive, and in that case I'm talking about hablando, comiendo, escribiendo, escuchando, all those words that end in endo, either iendo or ando. That's what those are. The DOP, the direct object pronoun, can go before the main verb or after, or excuse me, attached to the infinitive or the participle. So now we're going to do some direct object pronoun practice. So you've got this worksheet. It's the side that says page 36. And I'm going to draw my trusty rusty chart here. Me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, las. Now if you look up here, Juan come, and you got to look at the picture, say el pastel, because that's a picture of what he's doing. And then if I'm looking at this chart over here, is it going to be me? No, because I'm not the person that Juan is eating. That would work in a zombie movie. Te, you're not being eaten by Juan either. He's eating the cake, and that is masculine and singular. So if you haven't noticed this trend yet, what you should notice is that it's really just these bottom boxes that are going to get used the most often. It doesn't mean that other ones can't be used, but a direct object pronoun is basically saying who is this being done to. So who is the cake eating? Like who's eating the cake? And I'm going to replace the word cake with it. And so since it or they are usually the ones that I'm going to replace it with in English, same thing in Spanish. So I did that, and so I've got two ways of saying this. I could say no, clearly he's waving it off there. I could say no, no está. I'm always going to write está, and I'm always going to have a participle after that. Since come is the verb, then that's going to be the participle. So that comes from the verb comer, which is an ER verb. So I'm going to take off the ER ending, and I'm going to add IENDO, which gives me comiendo, and then I'm going to add lo to the end of it, because no, he's not eating it. And because I added that, I need to make sure I add my accent. The easy thing to remember is that the accent is always going to be on the vowel right before the endo. Okay, what it really is 3 syllables back, and syllables are really easy to count in Spanish because you have to pronounce every vowel. So I counted 1, 2, 3. It's that third one, comiéndolo. That's why I did that. Or the other way I can do it, if I don't want to add this accent onto the word, then I can say no, blank está comiendo. And that's no, they're not eating it. It's literally the same thing. If you asked a native speaker which one they say more often, they're either going to say I use them equally, or one native speaker is going to say one thing and another native speaker is going to say the other. Both of them are 100% correct. So the next one, Isabel prueba los espaguetis. Does anybody know what prueba comes from? Comes from the verb probar. It's a stem changer, clearly. You can see that right there. So does Isabel try the spaghetti? And she's clearly trying it there, so it's still a positive one, not a negative one. So C está probando los. So está needs an accent. Probándolos needs an accent right there. And it's los because it's los espaguetis. If you think that's extremely easy, then you're extremely right. So sí está probándolos, or sí los está probando. Pepe y Anita. Oh, and by the way, somebody asked in the last period would I put están because it's los espaguetis. It's a great question, but no, I would not. And the reason for that is who's doing the trying of the spaghetti? Only Isabel. So since Isabel is my only subject, then estar is always going to be in the singular third person form. So sí está preparándolo, probándola, los and sí los está probando. Now on the next one, you can see that the subject is Pepe y Anita compran helado. Are they buying ice cream? Question mark. Sí están comprando lo. And I've got están here because it's Pepe and Anita that are doing the buying now. So sí están comprándolo, or sí lo están comprando. Now, here is the rest of that worksheet. So if I can get the teacher to pause the video right now, and then we will come back to it after you've had a chance to work on this on your own. Okay, so I believe we did the ice cream one. I'm going to leave it zoomed in so that you can see it a little bit better. La señora Sala sirve el pavo, sí está sirviéndolo, sí lo está sirviendo. Did I do all of these? El helado, sí están comprándolo, o sí lo están comprando. Matilda come las uvas, no, no las está comiendo, or no, no está comiéndolas. I accidentally switched those. It doesn't really matter that I switched them, but the trend has been that it's always been preparándolo, comiéndola, whatever. And so this one should have been over here. It doesn't really matter, again, but just if you're paying attention, there's no reason for that. I just made a mistake. All right, el pescado. Sí está preparándolo, sí lo está preparando. Same difference. La piña, sí están comiéndola, sí la están comiendo. La sopa de verduras, no, no está probándola, or no, no la está probando. And that is it for this worksheet. Again, you might want to have teacher pause this while you copy down the rest of it, but I'm going to move on. That's the end of this video.